I love it out here. Anyway, yawning, why people say yawns catch, is because the two people or multiple people are on the same pattern. Because again, they're in the same you don't even have to be in the same proximity. You could be on the phone with somebody and catch a yawn. But you're on a similar wavelength and you're on a similar beat. So when that universal heartbeat, universal pulse happens and you miss it and you're not breathing properly, you yawn to get oxygen. Again, all disease is stemming from basically a lack of oxygen, a low oxygen diet. Your diet determines your posture. Your posture determines your breathing. Your breathing determines your state of being. So, it has everything to do with the breath and oxygen. And there's much more, the elements to air are much more than oxygen. It's very similar, we could say osmosis. And like many know, Moses just means the son of. So we could say osmosis, or Moses, Os meaning Osiris, so meaning the son of Osiris would be Moses, or Osar, you could say. There's plenty of different ways to interpret these things, and that's another thing, it's just all distraction, just from breathing. There's so much distraction just from breathing properly. Like here, study hundreds of pages of religious doctrine or text. Study hundreds of thousands of pages of textbook for any art or science. Study anything. Get into racial back and forth, political back and forth, all this back and forth that leaves us both depleted, all depleted. Do everything but learn yourself. That's the goal of somebody sucking your energy. And it's just that real. It's just that real. So I would say posture is everything. How you breathe is everything. From where you're breathing, where you are located when you are breathing. It's everything. It really is. It has to do with everything. And your diet dictates your posture. If you are at a low vibration, you're going to be eating denser foods, denser starches, flesh even, as a cannibal. So at this point, you be basically being broken in half from the waist, from the root chakra, from the sexual organs, that region, being broken in half from that region. So your posture will begin to deteriorate from that point. And the higher up we go on a person, to determine their degree of creative ability. Because we got root chakra, again, just food and sex, a little higher, more creation. A little higher than that, people are a little artistic. They might seek quality. A little higher than that, a person is very they're very creative. They use their little creative knacks to get over and to get through life. Then a little higher than that, the person realizes that everything that they do comes from a subtle level. A little higher than that, the person realizes they cannot be harmed and that they create their reality. And a little higher than that, what people will call the halo, that's basically just living life at a high intensity and noticing that every movement you make creates a ripple, which is basically karma. And 8, the halo, meaning infinity. So 8 means infinity, 9 meaning completion. One meaning the beginning, or somethingness. So what we have here is basically Zen, Z-E-N, Z being 8, E being 5, N being 5, 855, or we can look at it as 18, or we can look at it as 1 and 8, the beginning to infinity. And then we can look at it as 1 plus 8, 1 and 8, however you want to say it, which would mean completion. So that's basically the basis of Zen. What Zen even stems, what the numerology means behind Zen. And with so much of this stuff. It's just learn yourself, man. That's the first thing, and everything else will just come. So, with yawning, just catch the universal heartbeat. Just catch it, and breathe accordingly. Breathe from the abdomen deep. Do not breathe from the from the shoulders. Don't breathe from up here. You breathe from up there, you're gonna be more prone to shallow breaths. And the more shallow breaths you take, the more beastly your existence will be. The more like the beast you will live.